Howdy folks, it is Diecastbuffet here again, and welcome back to another NASCAR Diecast review. Today we have the 2022 Erik Jones Tide Food City Chevrolet Camaro. I believe this one ran at the Bristol Dirt Race, which, I mean, perfect sponsorship, you know. If you're going to run a dirt race, you might as well have a laundry detergent sponsor on there to add a little bit more of a Larry McNugget. His teammate Ty Dillon was sponsored by Gain. So, I mean, that's the absolute perfect sponsor for a Bristol dirt race. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the diecast. Alrighty folks, we're at the good old box. And of course, this diecast review is brought to you by friends over there at Circle B Diecast. You could save on shipping with the promo code down below, guys. Make sure to check that out. It's, you know, there's a lot of people who tell me they use that code and how much it actually saves them. And it's really cool to know that, you know, a lot of collectors out there are using that code, which I want to say thank you so much for that. And God bless you for that. But it's really cool to be able to help other people out and help them be able to get more diecasts in their collection and be able to, you know, cut some of those costs down. So as I'm looking at this diecast here, guys, you have the orange and the blue in the front. And every time I see this blue, I don't think of the petty blue. No, I think of the Febreze Ricky Craven Tide Ford. Or is it Clean Breeze, Febreze, something like that from 2002. Definitely gives me a little bit of nostalgia from that, but the orange is incredible. And it's not just a simple, you know, orange paint job. There is a gradient and a little bit of a pattern. You can see right here, kind of a polka dot pattern. So there's some texture to it. It looks fantastic to me. And they use the entire hood to get that Tide logo. Love to see it. So you got the 43 right there. Got Sunoco. You got Petty GMS. A little bit hard to read, you know, orange and white. It's, you know, two consistently bright colors. Sometimes it's hard to read, but I mean, look at this. They use the whole side of this race car, guys. You want to talk about sponsor placement? This is how you do it, because you use the whole, you know, door panel with the Tide logo. You had the Food City joint right here. You know, they could have put the Tide logo back here and made it small as Biff, and then made a giant Food City logo. No, they knew better than that. And instead of them just having a random transition here, they actually used the Tide logo as the separation between the white portion of the car and a little bit of the Tide orange. I like that. The whole bottom skirt has this very, very bright blue. It's a sky blue, kind of a Clairton blue, if you will. And it goes across the whole back bumper, across the lower portions of the side pods. I call these the side pods because that's what they remind me of. They don't remind me of traditional stock car quarter panels. They remind me of IndyCar side pods. I'm going to keep it 100% honest with you. The way, how pronounced they are, it really does remind me of the open wheel stuff. So you got U.S. Air Force, American Ethanol, Focus Factor, Erik Jones, Mac Tools, STP, and Columbia. Believe it or not, the Columbia Bubba Wallace car is getting made. And let me tell you, it is fantastic. You got Cup Series, Goodyear. Beautiful, beautiful race car. And here's a better look at that Tide, you know, kind of a polka dot, kind of a bubble pattern, if you will. I love that. Detail. I love it. The wheels are not a flat black. They are the kind of the graphite color. They're the dark gray. They look really, really cool. Even though this one has kind of a goofy axle hubcap, if you will. But this one's traditional. So you got, what is it? Safety Clean and Champion. Let's go for each of the caboose of the diecast. I mean, this is clean. You have the bright blue and you have the bright white on top. Simple. Food City, Camaro, I mean, you got a giant Camaro logo, and it looks really good on these back bumpers. You got ZL1, 43. It does make me wonder, if they are going to change the back bumpers, or at least the rear fascia of the car for 2023, does that mean the diecast will get a retooling? You know, honestly, part of me hopes they do, and then part of me hopes they don't, because for the custom makers, and that means if you want to make a 2023 car, you have to go and get a 2023 diecast, and it could be till the cows come home when we actually get one of those diecasts. So part of me hopes they just don't change the mold, leave it like it is. That's my honest opinion on that one, guys. We got the Cup Series joint right there. It's a little bit wonky jaw. Got Goodyear, get the 43. I tell you what, man, this is a very complete paint scheme. I mean, you could put this in your diecast stop motion. You could run it at the Bristol Dirt Race. You could run it at like a 1.5 mile. This is a beautiful paint scheme. It really, really is. The bright orange, the white, and the blue. And, you know, they had the Tide car released for 2021, and it was a really cool-looking paint scheme. And it's great to see it back for 2022. Now, you go to the roof here, and this is a very pleasant surprise. So, the roof number usually is a very dark, subdued orange, Instead, they use a very similar, if not the same shade of orange they did with the Tide. The car is painted orange, so they might have made this transparent. But they use a very similar shade, and it's bright. They didn't choose a very burnt orange roof number. It looks so much better. So I have to give them some kudos for that, guys. So you go over here to the back window panel. You got Jones right there. And surprisingly, nothing on the deck lid. I really wonder why there's so many cars out there that have nothing on the deck lid. Do they believe that they can't get their sponsor notice there? Or is it kind of a bug light, for lack of better words, for new sponsors to kind of say, hey, this team's not fully funded, let's get our company on board. I'm not too sure what the general idea is with that, but it is what it is. But hey, man, this is a really cool looking car. I really like this kind of a graphite metallic wheels. It's just, man, these Camaro next-gen cars, dude, are so freaking cool. They really are. They look exactly like a normal stock Camaro that you would see like on Forza or something, and you put ground effects, you know, a kit on it, a spoiler, you drop the splitter, and then you find one of those like generic NASCAR paint schemes, and you download it and you put it on the car. That's what these next-gen cars remind me of. They remind me of the Camaros you would race on like Forza Motorsports 4 or 5 or whatever. I used to play Forza. They went downhill after 4, but that's besides the point. But yeah, man, I love this paint scheme. Really, really cool looking diecast. Is it better than the Air Force car or the Focus Factor car? I'm going to be honest with you. If I had to pick this one or the Focus Factor, I would take the Tide car because I'm a sucker for Tide paint schemes. Would I take it over the Air Force car? Honestly, I would. As of right now, this is my favorite one thus far. Really, really nice looking paint scheme. But we got more diecasts to review here in the studio. We got, we got some Gold Custer, Chase. I mean, look at that A-Shot car. Now that's one hot looking diecast. We got some Toyotas, got some more Fords. Bubba Wallace, got that beautiful Wheaties paint scheme with that gold etched numbers. You can barely see it here, but it's reflective. Look at that. That is incredible. And then on the, the Brackets Alaska, that's the dual win. And then how about the guy who just won the playoff race at Vegas? Well, we got the clean version of that paint scheme, guys, so that'll be pretty cool to check that one out. So yeah, more diecasts here in the studio we'll be reviewing, covering the next-gen era of the NASCAR 164 scale. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day out there, guys. Diecast Buffet, signing off.